Can you believe? I guess you won the pool. Joe is actually going to not die in place. He's going to retire.
Well, we had a contest too. He and I were like, who's going to retire first? And he's such a stubborn jerk that he was bound to win. I had to call him a while back, and I did tell him.
You concede?
Yeah, I said, congratulations, you won. You stayed home.
That's good.
What's some of your favorite memories of Joe?
All of them were at Deseret Ranch. I say all of them. All my favorite memories were at Deseret. And I'm not sure why. I was thinking about it today, that little classroom that we used to teach in. And first of all, you'd spend the hot part of the day at the cow pens, get sweaty, stinky, filthy, nasty. And then we'd go into that little meeting room that was designed perfectly to fit 20 people that we had capped the class at. Yet Joe somehow would always manage to get 35 people squeezed in there. And the air conditioner was not sufficient. Those are my favorite memories.
Yeah, those are some good ones. I have a lot of great memories of Joe too. Back in the early days, I always appreciated his historical perspective of everything. He was quite an accomplished guy. When he first graduated, he was in the poultry business.
I think I heard him talk about that.
Yeah, he was in the poultry business, and then he started that ambulance service. He had a company, and then his final career was with IFAS. And even that one, though, was so long ago that Joe used to give talks about what it was like when he started an extension back in the open range days before the Florida defense laws came into effect.
I can see that. I can see where his history would reach back that far. What is he? 95 years old or something?
I don't know, something like that.
Incredible. I wish I had the energy that Joe has, especially at his age. It's just hard to imagine. But yep. And he's got a 10-year-old kid now.
I'm not sure. He just keeps having more. It's kind of hard to keep track. It's no wonder he's such a repro expert.
That is true. Yeah.
Clearly.
I hadn't thought about that. Yeah.
Some of the enthralling talks that he gave. I think there's some pictures in there of some of his fellow agents that are paying just spot on, complete attention. Kind of like this.
Yeah.
Like this.
And he was quick to call you out if you fell asleep, or me out if I fell asleep.
Yes,
but
he was awake.
There were times that he was guilty of the same when he wasn't up there speaking.
Sure.
Yeah, he's a pretty good one.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I've got pictures of him at other meetings. That was my favorite picture to take of Joe, because he could sleep through most any meeting, yet if you asked him specifics, he could feed the details back to you in exhaustive detail.
I think he learned that from Doc Warnick.
He
used to watch him do that. Doc Warnick would wake up and he'd be thinking he didn't hear anything, and he'd ask you some pointed question that you didn't have an answer to. It was always terrifying to see your former professor sitting in the front row when you were giving a talk. Joe always did well with that. The other thing about Joe I always liked and respected was that he could take a 15-minute presentation and work it into an hour and a half presentation.
You're right. He was gifted. In that capacity. A matter of fact,
we always stayed on schedule.
I don't remember that part. As a matter of fact, I was just thinking, repro school was 3 days, and then it got extended to a full 5 days. And I'm thinking, if Joe's stepping out, we probably could go back to 3 days and still cover the same amount of material.
Yeah,
maybe.
I hadn't thought about that. The planning committee needs to give that some serious thought. That's a really good point, Mark.
Yeah.
Because that's exactly how that happened.
Yeah.
Taking that 15-minute presentation and stretching it to an hour.
That's right. That's right. No, we've got a lot of respect for Joe. In a lot of ways, he helped me get started. He drew me into the niche. Is that, how do you say that? Anyway, drew me into the hood. And anyway, it's been good. He's been a good friend and a good mentor, great example. Gives me hope that I might be able to live until I retire.
Do you have a 10-year-old too?
Not that I know of.
Not that you know of. You just said Joe was your hero, so I just wasn't sure how far you took that. But no, all kidding aside, Joe, congratulations to you, buddy. I'll tell you one thing: you are an extension agent that takes your job so seriously. You always put 110% into it, and always for your clientele, the agricultural clientele. You always try and very often we're very successful in really seriously helping them out with their real problems. And it was obvious that it was genuine coming from you. And I always respected that, always have. It was a pleasure working with you. We like to be argumentative with each other a lot. We both enjoy that. But you know, buddy, congratulations, well deserved. Welcome to retirement. You can join me. You can turn it all over to Mr. Brewer here. Congratulations on still being employed, by the way.
Thank you.
Good luck, Joe. Stay safe, be healthy.
Joe, I'll just take, not that I want the final word, but just to take it in true JWalter fashion, I will take the final word. Now, I just want to take it one step further. Absolutely echo what Ed's saying. Is your commitment to your clientele has been a great example, but also your commitment to young agents, I think, is admirable. You have always taken the extra step to help young agents find a place to fit and to do something meaningful. And man, I appreciate what you do. I remember thinking about this day coming and what would happen to Repro School as much as you and Jen have done to make it work. And I think you've done a great job raising up that next generation, and I think it'll carry on in your honor and will continue to be a powerful program. Thanks for all that you do.